The New York Times writes, with flooded streets, Southern California braces for more heavy rain. Tropical storm Hillary flooded roads, downed trees and, in at least one Southern California city, overwhelmed officials on Sunday evening. It was expected to keep bringing heavy rain overnight that forced meteorologists to issue flash flood warnings for significant portions of California and Nevada. More than 5 million people in the two states were at high risk of excessive rainfall as the storm moved from Southern California into southern Nevada, according to the National Weather Service. Downgraded from a Category 1 hurricane on Sunday, Hillary was expected to weaken further on Monday. The Washington Post writes, California hit with flooding, mudslides from storm. Tropical storm Hillary is deluging Southern California, with much of the damage expected to become clear at daybreak Monday. Hillary is likely to bring catastrophic and life-threatening flooding to portions of the southwestern United States and the Baja California region in Mexico through Monday, the National Hurricane Center warned. Tens of millions of people were under a tropical storm warning, the first of its kind issued for Southern California. Heavy rainfall and flooding are expected in parts of Arizona and Nevada. USA Today writes, Tropical storm Hillary drenches Southern California prompting floods. Rescues across region. Tropical storm Hillary drenched Southern California from the coast to inland mountains and deserts Sunday evening, prompting rescues from swollen rivers and forcing some of the nation's largest school districts to cancel Monday classes. Hillary brought intensifying rain to the region, with some mountain and desert areas seeing more than half an average year's worth of rain come down in just one day, including the desert resort city of Palm Springs, which saw nearly 3 inches of rain by Sunday evening. Hillary was toppling trees and causing mudslides in the San Diego area. Los Angeles Times writes, Hillary's jagged path. How the storm wound up over Compton and Dodger Stadium. For days, forecasters have tried to determine the path of Hillary as it morphed from a Category 4 hurricane in the Pacific Ocean to an exceedingly rare tropical storm that entered Southern California. But the trail of Hillary took an interesting turn Sunday night, as the storm made a trek from the Inland Empire to the heart of Los Angeles. The center of the storm went from being east of Murrieta in Riverside County at 5 p.m. to above Compton around 8 p.m., according to the National Hurricane Center. Chicago Tribune writes, Stalled justice. Lawsuit on boy's 2011 death is long over, but Cook County still hasn't tried his mom for murder. A toddler's 2011 death highlights a contrast in Cook County courts. A civil suit filed by his estate was concluded years ago, but the criminal courts have yet to try his mother on murder charges. New York Post writes, Tiffany Gomez rebrands herself with glammed-out, empowerment, selfie after, not real, airplane meltdown. The Texas marketing executive behind the viral, That Mother F. Kerr is Not Real plane meltdown posted a new selfie on social media in an ongoing attempt to rebrand her tarnished image as Crazy Plane Lady. Tiffany Gomez, 38, looks cozy and casual while wearing a wide smile, long flowing hair, and bare feet in the selfie posted Sunday afternoon on Instagram, which admiring fans have already showered with thousands of likes. Newsday writes, NY lawmakers are concerned about privacy as police launch more drones. The state legislature, fearing civil rights abuses, is poised to restrict the use of drones in more than 500 governments and police agencies. The Denver Post writes, Nick Dunlap wins U.S. Amateur Golf Championship by embracing the history he hoped to share with Tiger Woods. Back from the abyss he stared out of early in the week, Nick Dunlap channeled the same motivation on the 33rd green of Championship Sunday that he had channeled after his dismal start to U.S. amateur stroke play. That felt like centuries ago, the Crimson Tide golfer starting the tournament at 5 over par after only 7 holes. He had looked unrecognizable Monday. Match play was a much more familiar image of Dunlap. The 9th-ranked amateur stampeded through the field, starting with top-ranked Gordon Sargent and all leading to the 15th hole Sunday at Cherry Hills Country Club. Dunlap only needed a 2-putt to clinch the title. To clinch history. San Francisco Chronicle writes, Desert in distress, powerful images of Hillary's wrath in Southern California. Desert areas were especially susceptible as the tropical storm barreled through Southern California, and Joshua Tree National Park, Mojave National Preserve and Death Valley National Park were closed. BBC News writes hundreds of migrants killed by Saudi border guards. The report says hundreds of people, many of them Ethiopians who cross war-torn Yemen to reach Saudi Arabia, have been shot dead. Migrants have told the BBC they had limbs severed by gunfire and saw bodies left on the trails. Saudi Arabia has previously rejected allegations of systematic killings. The Human Rights Watch, HRW, report, titled "They Fired on Us Like Rain," contains graphic testimony from migrants who say they were shot at and sometimes targeted with explosive weapons by Saudi police and soldiers on Yemen's rugged northern border with Saudi Arabia.